He passed away tragically today. And then it's 900 comments, and you're just searching, and they're like, prayers, 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 prayers. You're like, where's the fucking information? I need to know how he went.
Welcome to the Soffera Effect.
Elvis is the greatest karate practitioner I've ever seen. Please stop. Nobody wants to see your hot dog legs at the beach. She told me, "You're not even funny."
I don't want.
Okay, yeah, just like.
Did it tell you?
It did.
Yeah, like
Yes,
it
it did.
really tells you. It's not like a secret little ping. It's like recording in process. Change how you look right now. Hurry up, make adjustments.
You couldn't creep on someone with it.
No, you could not creep on them. They would be like, "What is that?" And you're like, "Oh, it's my ringtone. Somebody just texted me." That's a good picture. That's a good picture. You were like, I'm worried about what my background looks like. It looks far better than mine. I look like I live in a storage unit.
Yeah, it looks like just one fold-out chair in a living room or something.
There's like a bed with a sheet. There's a backpack. An obscure piece of wood.
Yeah,
What's
this
that
is
say?
the only clean area. Oh, it says no parking.
Oh, it looks like it just says parking.
Parked.
No, that's a classic behind me and you in the background there. That's us, what, circa 99, maybe 2000?
I'd say 2000. Sorry, the glare of you. Let's see if I can get it back up here, though. That's the hard part. Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, I'm glad everybody got to see the picture while it lasted. I wouldn't struggle to try to hang it up for 45 seconds either.
To the side.
Gosh, oh.
I'd rather stay shoulder up. I don't want to be leaning, singing it up.
Yeah. So you said you saw Elvis. Was it weird or was it?
No, I went and saw it on Saturday, and now I'm obsessed with Elvis and Austin Butler, just like every other girl. Thought I would be different.
I saw, like, what was weird about him is that he continues to act like Elvis, basically. Like, every time I see him, he's like, yeah, mm-hmm. Like, that's how he's talking in the interviews, and then it's like him 2 years ago, and he's like, yes, it's, like, he sounds totally different.
Yeah, he does a great job, and I had it down pretty pat after the movie, but if I don't hear the accent, then it's kind of gone. The longer I wait.
Well, we watched an Elvis documentary just because, I guess, because Elvis is popular at the moment because of the movie. They put out a documentary on Netflix, and so we watched it, and I did not want to watch it at all. I was like, oh, an Elvis documentary? Like, can we watch like UFOs or something? Like, I don't want to watch a documentary about Elvis. And it was actually really good. And they had this sweet karate scene with the song Kung Fu Fighting. I actually put on my Instagram. I think you saw it, didn't you?
I saw it. Yeah, I didn't realize he did karate. They didn't even show any of that. They said something about him doing karate, like I think like for exercise, or they said he does kung fu or something.
Yeah.
Is kung fu and karate the same thing?
Sorta. No, I like kung fu is more of like the side of it, where karate's more of an actual act. Yeah. No, but he apparently would just like get super tore up. Like he was like drunk and on barbiturates and then like going in there doing karate, and he's like still dressed kind of like he would perform in while everyone else is in gis. It's just like the weirdest thing. He's got the big sunglasses on and just super sweaty and just fucked up and just pretending. It's like kids pretending to play karate is what it looks like. I don't know what happened, but Do Not Disturb just came off, and I'm not exactly thrilled about it. I'm scared we're going to get a call come through here and mess up my damn podcast.
Very popular.
It'll be all right. Well, if it happens, we'll snip it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll actually probably leave that one in. I like that. Just break the ice. That's how we should open with break the ice jokes that do the opposite of breaking the ice, the just really bad ones.
Yeah, I could see
Polar
that.
bear weight, that type shit.
I mean, ever since I saw this bump on my arm, I just can't stop thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I got the Pakistan.
Yeah, this might be the beginning of a documentary that you didn't realize.
Started with
Like
one.
5 years from now, when they're like, that's when she got the monkeypox and killed everybody. I'm just kidding.
If you
It's
could
not
see what
monkeypox.
I'm seeing, you wouldn't be too sure about what is going on this arm.
Yeah. I hope this is not recording in this setup. How do you see me?
I don't
No, I
know.
mean, am I
Pretty
full
bright.
screen or I'm
Yeah, you're
confused
full.
just for a
Well, you're
second?
pretty much full screen.
The view. I gotta change the view. Immersive. No, 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 no. Hold on. That's what I need to do. I hope it was been recording this way. If it hasn't, it is what it is, and you'll just see a really tiny version of me for the first 10 minutes. I need to have a real setup. I think when I listen to something, 90% of the time I'm not really watching it, but like occasionally there's a couple podcasts I actually want to see them, you know. So
Yeah.
like,
no one wants to see it.
yeah, but I mean, it's not like I'm watching a podcast on YouTube while I'm like driving down the road. That would be stupid.
Oh yeah, every once in a while I'm
Or
like,
when I'm working, I can play a podcast. It's 3 hours. Like when I detail a car, it's literally pretty much like a full Joe Rogan episode, which is like usually like at least 2.5 hours, sometimes 4 hours.
Yeah, I tried to watch the one.
Oh, I didn't mean for you to watch the whole one. I was just showing you that's one of my favorite ones.
Well, I listened to a bit of it.
I'm surprised you'd have to see them all. It's just they bring together all these comedians. They just sit around and drink whiskey and smoke pot and have a good time. How could you not have a good time if you and not four other, but you know what I'm saying, you and a bunch of comedians. I don't know though, like for real, it's like people say that like, oh, they're all comedians, so they're all nice, but that one open mic that you came and watched me do, it was all comedians like practicing their sets, and they weren't very friendly at all.
No, they weren't.
So, but they weren't successful comics either. They were all just sitting in Richmond, Virginia, trying to practice their stand up at the Funny Bone.
I have not been back.
I don't know. You see Funny Bone, and it seems like it's this very popular thing, but I've never once heard like a real comedian say, "Oh yeah, we did a show at the Funny Bone." You know what I mean?
It's always they said the Funny Bone, and we walked in, and they were like, "No, the show's in the lobby.
It's in the lobby.
The auditorium. The doors are locked."
Was the area? It wasn't even raised up at all, was it? Was there a little stand, or did I just stand on the ground? No, I mean, did they have like a little mini stage? Do you remember? I have a picture somewhere, but
no, I don't think so.
I think it was just on the ground. Like you're on the same level that all the people are on.
It was just like standing up, introducing yourself to a room of people.
Yeah. It was like
the people who don't give a fuck who you are.
It's like you were the new general manager over a school cafeteria and you were talking to all the lunch ladies right there. That's what it felt like. It was fully lit up too. It was like, it wasn't dark. It wasn't special lighting. It was fully lit up. The bar was right there. It was so awkward.
Oh, they were like fixing drinks so quietly so the ice wouldn't clink. The bartender's behind you.
Oh, yeah, no, man. I don't know.
Rude.
What do you think? There was 25, 30 people in there maybe? And you could see.
I'd say 35.
You didn't go up, but when I went up and turned around to look at everybody, I could see everyone's facial expressions. And when I like told jokes that didn't go over well, I was just like looking at people like this, and they would be like this, or
You got to look at the back wall. Then you just be making eye contact with one of the bartenders.
Yeah, I like turn around and everybody's looking over at the bar, like trying to figure out what they're going to get to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, there were like 35 people when we got there, but by the time I think you went up, it was probably like 6 people just dead staring.
Yeah, it did fade out. But
we got there kind of late, you know.
But it was weird because I did a open mic a couple months before that. I wasn't doing it often. Like I don't want to paint the wrong impression because the guys that are really like doing it are going every weekend for months when they start out. And I just did one that I got some laughs. But it was like a really weird setting, the one before. I can get into that later. But so I got some laughs. And I had really like worked on saying that from start to finish perfectly. Like try to understand timing. Like I stood out there, Keegan, our brother, he was there with me, and we stood outside smoking cigarettes, and I was just like reciting it to him, trying to make sure I had it. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna kill," and it definitely didn't kill. But I got a couple chuckles. It was like a couple old guys were like, you know.
Those chuckles are where it matters. You know?
So I felt like, okay, it's funny enough, and I was telling you this the other day. It was like I was watching like Chris D'Elia do like crowd work, where he just like came out with no jokes, and he's like, "Look at this guy, and, like, you look like you're Greek. Are you Greek?" And he's like, his name's Shavio, or it's like perfect little funny crowd work that it seems like it's scripted almost. It works so well. And I was like, maybe I'm like, I'm way funnier when I'm with my friends and just joking off the cuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna use my jokes, but I'm gonna try to like just do it when we went to that. And when I did that, it was just straight up massacre. You were the only one laughing.
I'm the only one who got it,
I like to think that, but
I really think it was because of the setting. It was so many people just practicing their own material to feel it out and then dip.
Yeah, but they laughed at people who were funny. That was the sad thing. So like it wasn't like they ghosted everybody. They ghosted a lot. There was that weird guy that had like the big like paper. I don't know. It's like the tripod with the big sheet of paper.
He actually did pretty good though.
He was like drawing stuff out while he's doing it, and you're like, this is actually it's almost too weird. Like he needs to work on it to be a little shorter maybe, or a little less ranty. But like prop. It was like a really good like act, I thought.
And he went right before you.
Yeah, well, that guy, and then so did the guy who came running in and did like a front handspring and landed and was like, "What's up?" And he was like, his energy was funny. His what he said wasn't very funny, but he was kind of funny. And so it was like really funny. Then that guy, I've got enough balls to get up there and start doing it, but like you still can't get away from like the adrenaline dump. Like when they call your name and you walk up and then you're holding the mic, you're looking at everybody. It's just like, like if someone was about to fight you, like your heart's
you can
pounding.
only hear your heartbeat.
Yeah, so it's not like me really being me, it's like a very anxious version of me. So, and then I feel like there's also a mistake probably doing it where if you, like I thought if I drink more, I'll be funnier, but I think it's a really fine line too. Because I think if you drink too much, then you're not going to be funny. Excuse me. I don't know. I think you should do a set soon.
I had a full-on set prepared, and I actually worked on it.
What happened to it?
We got there, and then we got there like 5 minutes late. They said, "You were the last one." I was like, "Yeah, not going to happen then." Nope, because that means I'm going to have to go after him. And actually listening to those jokes, it wasn't relatable. I was talking about.
Just give us an example. Give me like a premise. You don't have to say the joke, but like, what was like one of the premises?
I talked about, at the time I was serving, so like at restaurants, not in the military. At the time I was serving, so I had a couple jokes about like people from your high school coming into like where you work, and they're kind of like, "Oh, so this is what you do now?" And you're kind of like, "Yeah. How do you want your burger?" No, pink.
We got some other things in the pipeline, but
It like the premise of it would have been good. It was just me trying to, I don't know, get it out naturally. There was a couple things about middle school dances that would not have been
I
relatable.
think
These
that
people
shit's
were way
funny.
older.
I can picture. I remember standing at the middle school dance and giving the chicken peck and like, and then going to the wall. Everyone's in the bathroom wetting their hair and stuff and
Not
getting
all of
ready.
us were getting chicken pecks in middle school, okay? Some of us had to wait until high school.
I'm trying to think. I've had some bad chicken pecks for sure. Some
I
rough
think I had
ones.
said something about, at the end of the dance, the lights would come up and they would be playing I walk it out, I walk it out, I walk it out. And then everyone's like, please no, turn the lights back off. It's like 9:30, your parents are already
Yeah.
there.
Well,
I just don't know if those people would have gotten it.
I think they would have. You said middle school dance, and I think of a joke I've said a million times that should probably be in a set, but it was like seventh grade dance, and they played, uh, oh, what's this song? I Love College. Yeah, I Love College. And he goes, in the one part, and he goes, put your drink as high
Oh,
as
I
you
love
can,
Kelly.
as high as you can, and repeat after me. And they go, chug, chug, chug. And we all had Dr. Peppers. We're in seventh grade, standing in front of this like 40-year-old guy in
Yeah.
like a disco shirt that's like he's the DJ for the dance, and we're chugging Dr. Peppers. So stupid. Like in
And just a bunch of
retrospect,
young children grinding right in front of him.
oh, we used to grind it out right there to the front. I won Headbangers Ball like 3 times in a row, which for people that don't know what that is, they would play like this hard rock song and like, who could rock it out? And of course, me thinking it was the coolest thing on the world with my hair as long as yours is right now. Just Metallica, just doing it to literally where I couldn't even. I can remember this getting done doing that for 4 minutes and my head felt like it would go. Like I done wore something out up there. I ain't even kidding. Had like baby head, like keep his head up, you know.
And then when mom would go to pick you up, you just felt so sick. Just had this pounding headache for the rest of the night. Too much Dr. Pepper, too much headbanging.
Oh, I can remember going to the dance and like getting out, and I had this like I don't know, it was like a turtle, like the material a turtleneck for Christmas would be made out of, but it was like a zipper sweater that went all the way up and had it zipped to
Oh
like
yeah, that was
just
the nice
like this,
one.
like pointy hair, fucking spiked up. I had some skinny jeans on and some like shoes from my grandpa, something
I have
like
a
that.
picture of that for context, so we're gonna have
We
to.
should put it in. We should put it right here, like bloop, right there. For people that can't see it, uh, you just have to go to one of our Instagrams. We'll post it.
It's literally the exact what you described. It's the gray zip up. I can picture it right now in my head.
Yeah, it was gray and black, and it was like a really itchy style shirt.
You got other people. So what's going on in the media right now? Anne Hetch died. Who?
Anne
Right?
Hetch, I was like, is she the lady from Lord of the Rings at the beginning that's like, you have been awoken from the ring or whatever? And
She
it
does
was not
kind of
her.
look like her though.
She does look like her, right?
She
That
used to
was
date
like, they're
Ellen
like, she
DeGeneres.
tragically died in a crash. And I'm like, oh, what happened? And then I see the video and she goes, just like rips by the camera, like 100 plus down like Hollywood Hills. Like when it goes by, it's like, you're like, no way. Was that suicide?
What was that? A traffic cam? I didn't see that.
It was somebody's like ring camera that's just like looking up the driveway to the road. So you only see this section of road and she goes by so fast. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. I was like,
It was
holy
Sonic.
shit.
It wasn't even her.
Yeah. Sonic just fucking the hedgehog just
No, but
ripping it through Hollywood
R.I.P.
Hills.
Anne Hetch.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, apparently she dated Ellen DeGeneres for a really long time. I saw a video of them asking Ellen what she thought about it, and she's like, I don't talk to her anymore. It's like, yeah, you really don't know.
I'd probably do that if
Just
I dated
thinking.
Ellen too.
What? Oh, God.
We'll push the limits. We'll get Shadow Band episode, like the first episode like this, is poop, just immediately. I don't know how hard you can shadow ban a startup podcast. Like, oh, we didn't get 3 views yesterday. We got 2. We got 2. We're down 2 views
Me
yesterday.
and you.
Me and you twice.
And I know a couple people that will watch for sure.
Yeah, I think if I actually like put it out in a way, I think people get into this thing where they want to do stuff and like promote it and they exclude all the people they know and try to do it organically without those people from back home. And I'll give you an example. I had a YouTube vlog. I don't know if you remember. I don't know what I called it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't
thought
even
it
know
was
if
just called vlog.
it was just a vlog. Yeah.
A day in the life.
No, I think it was a vlog. It was like one through whatever. And I think I did maybe 20, close to, or maybe 30. I don't know. I did quite a bit of
Yeah.
them, but I would share it on Facebook. Um, and those videos, like, all got views, like in the beginning, which helped it. And like, it helped push it a little bit. It wasn't like a success, obviously, or we'd probably still be out here vlogging it out. But I feel like when you skip that and you try to do it totally organically and not include anybody you're missing out on a few thousand people probably. The problem is when if this is on, when you're starting out, when you're on Facebook or whatever, and it's like some girl that sat in biology class with you and she's like, she always did think she was funny, didn't she? She out here on a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? That's how people are. Somebody's gonna look at Sean thinking he's gonna be something there filming himself. We don't want to see that. Get that the hell off my Facebook, But
I don't know if you've ever.
What?
I don't know if you've ever searched your name on Twitter just to see what people have tweeted about you. But when I used to have a Twitter and then I closed it and then I started a new Twitter and I decided to search my name just to see like some of my old stuff. And there was a tweet that I wasn't tagged in. It said, what did it say? Meghan Soffera, don't test me, or something like that. It was one of those girls that were like the pet hoodies or something. I need to find the exact tweet. It was something so scary, and it was like from like 10th grade. I was like, what did I do to her?
Oh my gosh. Well, but it's not like she had 10,000 followers. That's like her just yelling that in her closet. She probably had like no followers. It would just be like, Megan, you watch out.
I found it years later.
Oh, I don't know. It's I looked up my fucking Twitter. Someone has my Twitter. If one of my friends made it probably 8 years ago, and it's literally they stole my name, like which was what I would use for Twitter, and they've posted a bunch of stupid stuff on it and like made it like say the craziest
tweet.
Hold on, you glitched for a second. There it is. No, but they shut me down on Twitter. They post a bunch of racist stuff and a bunch of dumb stuff on there, and like it's obviously not me. But I literally was like, after all these years, I was like, I got to get that username back. Like, I got to get them to take this account down because this is stupid. That when you search me on Twitter, this is what comes up.
Yeah, you could get it banned if you needed.
No, I couldn't get it banned. They were like, this seems to meet our guidelines. It is like, does not fit their guidelines. Like, this account has like 5 tweets, and they're the most fucked up tweets you can have. And I'm like, this is obviously not me. This is my account. This was the other account. Like, if I could, like, could you please take this down? This is, you set your reasons or whatever. Nothing. Looks like it meets our guidelines.
Like, it doesn't, though.
It 100% does not.
So I pulled this tweet up, but I have cropped her name out. This is the tweet. It says, Meghan
you need
Soffera,
to send this picture to me. No, you're good. I'm saying.
Meghan Soffera, seriously, I beg of you, don't give me any ideas. Thanks.
My gosh. 2011.
That is from April 2011 at 7:55. She's been thinking about something I said at school. We get out of school at 3:25 all evening. I will say this girl rode our school bus. I will tell you who it is later off camera.
Okay. I'm curious. It's okay. We'll figure it. You'll tell me later. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know. She probably has like my pictures posted on a wall somewhere at her house, just still tracking me down.
Probably just a dartboard with you on it.
Thinking of me. Whatever I said.
She hadn't tested
Honestly,
me.
I don't even know what I said. I probably said something to try to be cute. And like maybe she was the butt of the joke. I don't know. I didn't really bully, so I don't know what I could have said or what I could have
Yeah.
done.
I mean, what could you do? Fuck. How would you know? You would like I said, it was just like her yelling at in the closet. You've only found it because you searched you up. You know what I mean? Recording in progress. We took a little break.
Recording.
Just running the trial. Apparently, you have to upgrade to Pro or some shit. You got to pay $1 million a month to have Zoom record for longer than 40 minutes at a time. So, or I think the meeting length has to only be 40 minutes. So it's probably like, I don't know, 26, 27 minutes or something recorded. We got to figure it out.
Subscribers and we'll be set.
A few subscribers.
God, like. Tell your friends.
Guys, hit the profile button, click follow, turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode.
Smack the like button now.
Smash that like button. I want you to break the like button. Click it so many times you break it.
Yeah,
I swear that's how people
podcast. They said that. Yeah.
I swear they're always. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. It's the same. It's exactly like the Disney intro, and it's like, I'm Drake Bell, and welcome to Disney Channel.
He's not even a Disney star, dude.
Whatever. Apparently he's
Zac Efron.
Apparently he sucks, man.
Yeah, he's like a predator.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he definitely sucks.
But I don't know if you remember, but he was my first concert, and saw him at the state fair, and I touched his back.
We saw him, and I remember he had these jeans on, like the girl jeans that were popular in like the early 2000s, where they had like the big cropped out pocket flap with the big bronze button. He had these like really weird pants on, and I remember we thought we were meeting, The Rock or Brad Pitt or somebody. We were like, oh, it's Drake. He had the little bowl cut just blowing in the hot summer wind at the fair.
He was riding Speed. Or no, he rode the Claw.
That's how you know he's not a real celebrity. He gets done and then goes and rides the Claw.
I mean, it is one of the best state fairs in the U.S., I'm sure.
You think it is?
Right? I don't know. I don't know what they're like.
It might be at the bottom of the list in reality. Do all states really do a state fair, you think?
I think so. You know what? The state fair is going on right now in West Virginia.
I know. I've had people, aren't you glad you aren't here to see the fair, or aren't you? And I had one friend, he's like, don't you miss the fair traffic? And I'm like sitting in fucking traffic here. There's traffic every day that's worse than fair traffic. And I'm like,
you mean work traffic?
Yeah, just traffic in general. You're like, go at 7 p.m. to McDonald's and there's traffic. It's ridiculous.
But they're not used to that,
No.
Once a year for a week in the summer.
And then every person I know that's like back home, they're all like working there. Like everybody picks that up. That's the side hustle. Like,
I can honestly say I never worked at the fair.
I did. Yeah, I think I parked cars at the fair one time. I definitely did.
Oh, well, wait, I did for choir. I did that stuff.
I mean, I'm talking shit, but I did it as well. But it was like through a school program, like band or something.
That's why I quit
makes
choir.
it even cooler. That's why you quit choir?
Yeah, they said they kept making me park cars every year, and I was getting a bit older, and they were like, you got to park cars. Like, if you're in choir, you got to park cars. I was like, I'm not parking cars, so I guess I'm not in choir.
Yeah, that's a hard one. You're like,
I can still
be in choir all year, park cars for 4 days, and you're like, it's an easy no on that.
Choir's not for me.
Sometimes I wonder what happened to the old teacher. Like when you think like they probably look old now. They gotta look old now.
Well, I mean, some of them looked old at the time, so I'm sure they look really old.
No, but there's some that
now.
were like 30 that are now. I mean, they're getting close to 50.
Yeah.
Where you're like, holy cow, how long has it been?
And now we're getting close to 30.
Yeah, I know. We're in striking distance now.
That.
Yeah. I heard something crazy, like the same amount of time from like today to when we were born is like the same amount of time from when we were born to the 70s. And you're like, what? It's like the same amount of
Yeah,
time has
that is
elapsed. That's
wild.
how kids today will look at us like we were from the 70s, which you're like, oh yeah, duh, but it's a weird thought, you know.
Yeah. So
It's a
wait,
weird
how old are you?
27.
You gonna go to your 10-year reunion
It's
next year?
coming. It's
Or is it
coming,
this year or
maybe.
next year?
No, I think
Have
it
you
would
heard
be
anything
next year. I
about it?
graduated in 13, so it'd be
Next
2023.
year.
I don't think they do like a legit thing. Like, I don't think like the school organizes it at all or anything
It's
like that.
whoever is the class president of your senior class is supposed to be who
Who was
organizes
my
it.
class president?
I know who it was.
You do?
Yeah. Are
You'll have
we?
to tell me after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. So
He was a guy. You know who he was.
I'm sure I know. Yeah, I'm sure I know. I just can't remember.
Loves movies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Rode the bus?
Did he ride our bus? I worked with him
Oh, I have no idea.
at the movie theater.
No idea.
All right. All these little.
Yeah, you'll tell me later. We're giving so many away. That person's like, they're talking about me.
He's probably gonna be one of our viewers.
He's like, they're literally
that'll
talking
be our
about
one comment. Were you talking about me when you were talking?
I did a live video on YouTube one time, and it was just like me ranting and telling jokes and trying to be as funny and offensive as possible. And I had like 4 viewers, and it was like, it started at 1, and then it was like 2, 3, 4. It's on YouTube. So I think I got to like 10 viewers, and so I'm like really getting into it. And then one of them comments, like types into the chat, and it's like someone who I worked for, and it's like their 15-year-old daughter, and they're like, "This is so funny," and I was like, "Ah!" It just like ended the live video instantly, like, oh man. And then it like uploads that, you know, so I had to like delete it before it uploaded. Yeah, mistake.
I was scrolling through Facebook like in the middle of the night one time, like I couldn't sleep, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I saw someone who went live, an old friend of yours, and I didn't realize at that time people could see who was watching.
Who was watching?
And it said 0, so I was like, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna be their one. And I clicked on it and I watched for a minute, and they go, well, Meghan Soffera, it's been a while. How's your brother? I'm like, I'm out. Never mind.
Oh, you'll have to tell me who that was too. That's funny.
I was like, no, and then it gets recorded and posted on their wall. So I showed people the next day, like, oh my god, like I got a shout out.
Well, what's funny is I saw somebody. I clicked on Facebook. It was like 7 a.m. or something like that. And this person that I don't even remember their name, but it's somebody who was a couple years older than me that went to school with us. I just remember it's a girl that was a few years older, but like she was live, and like I didn't even click on it. Like you can see it before you click on it. And like literally there's like 47 viewers or something. And you realize it's their like 3-year-old recording them, and they're both asleep in their bed. Like, oh, dude, that's a true fear of mine. You're like laying there in your underwear, all sweaty, spread out. Like, no thanks.
I always have a weird thing. I'm gonna pocket dial someone. Like if I'm talking crap, I'm like, hold on, where's my phone?
If I hang up the phone and then like start to say something like after that phone call, like you're not gonna believe what, and then I'm like, oh, wait, let me make sure, because I'm always scared. It's still like, you know,
people do that. Like, they'll go to text something about someone and then realize they texted that person. It's like, ooh,
yeah,
you're done.
Or have you seen like when someone's like FaceTiming you, like it'll just say join.
Yeah, I'm
like they could like dial you up and you could like pocket join. Like if your phone was on silent, I bet you could. That's real scary.
Yeah, that is actually really scary.
Because I'm like, why did you do that? That's like too easy to join. Like it'll just be like, I'm like, do they just have like an open line with me? How can I just join?
Or the Apple Watch, you could say like, I could be talking smack about you, and then it'd be like calling Sean, and I wouldn't even realize it.
Yeah.
I have one of those Google Homes, so you just go like, well, you have to say, hey, Google first. But,
yeah, I got one of those.
Siri, she tries to pick up some stuff. Sometimes I'll be saying something. She's like, can you say that one more time? I'm like, whoa, hold on, girl. What you talking about?
Yeah, I've had like road rage, and like then Siri's like, I can't seem to find results for that. And you're like, what? Like, what? I didn't even talk to you. It is a little scary. It's like sending that message to, you know, sending that message to Meghan now. And you're like, no, unsend. Message sent. Video attached.
Yeah, I realized mine said it'll give me a chance. It'll be like about to send this. If you don't want me to send it, say don't send. And if you don't say don't send quick enough, it's sent. It's gone.
There's nothing worse than when you're like doing something in the AirPods. It'll be like listening to music, and then it's like, or a podcast, and then it goes, Matt, something from Instagram. This person posted for the first time in a while. Want to check it out? I'm like, no. Like, why are you even telling me? How do I turn this off? And then I like stop and like Google how to turn off a certain type of notification. It is annoying.
I think I just started doing that though. It used to never do it, and now it does it all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
It tells
I'm
me
like,
when Cody
why
sends
do
me
I?
reels. I'm like, I don't need to know that.
New message from Instagram. Cody High Roller just sent you a reel. Would you like to check it out?
It does say Cody Eye Roller.
Does it say
Do
Cody
you get
High
the
Roller?
joke? It's off of like Jody High Roller.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good old Jody High Roller. Him and Theo Vaughn. Those are funny podcasts. They like. You can
I
tell.
didn't know Riff Raff has one.
He doesn't have one, but he did. He's done 2 episodes with Theo Vaughn. Yeah. You got to watch that. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny because Theo's like turning it up when he's with. You never seen that clip?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that.
Sweating like a gazoon type. Something like that.
What kind of vape you got there? One of them elf.
I'm ripping that Elf Bar Kiwi Passion Fruit
Yeah.
Guava BC 5000. Breath count? Is that what that means?
Breath
count. Breath count.
5,000
breaths off this bad boy.
I can't get into those ones. They're just too much flavor.
I said that at one time. I'm like rocking out more than one of them at a time.
You ever had a Zen?
Yeah, all that shit gives me heartburn. I always like dipping. Honestly, I would probably still dip if it just didn't hurt my mouth. Like it literally inflames my mouth, and it gives me heartburn. So can't do that.
The Zen does?
Anything I just sit in my mouth like that irritates my mouth. I thought about doing Nicorette. I heard somebody talking about that. They're like, they don't do anything. They've never even smoked, and they're just like, I do Nicorette because it's like a neuro enhancer.
Yeah, but
and
some
I'm
people
like,
have like
fuck
just
yeah.
been addicted to that for 10 years and never smoked a cigarette in their life.
No, I know. And so I'm like, fuck, let me get some Nicorette. And so I like looked it up. It's like $55 for a pack of Nicorette. I'm like, dude, that is expensive. They don't make like a cheaper version. And so I was in Walmart today. Hate Walmart, but they have a ton of selection. They have Nicorette and everything in there. It was like 30 or 40 bucks. And then like the only thing that was like affordable Nicorette wise was like a single little pack of gum that was like $12.97. And then they had lozenges. I'm like, a lozenge? I don't want to.
That's going to give you heartburn.
I don't want like a butterscotch that's got like 50 grams of nicotine. Not 50 grams, 50 milligrams. That's what them old guys in church were giving kids. Stay awake.
Stand up too fast, dizzy.
Dude, our church was a replay of the same church every single Sunday. Like it was like the same. It was like a loop in a video game where you just kept visiting the church, and then you had to talk to the doorkeeper, and then the old man. It says he's asking you a question. You press A, and he's like, "Do you want a candy, young lady?" And you're like, "Yes." And he gives it to you, and it's like one candy collected.
Yeah. And then right after,
press B to take a seat.
Your weekly warm pimento cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember that was the only part about church I kind of liked, was having access to a bunch of PB&Js and chips every Sunday.
Little fellowship after, yeah.
Little fellowship action. Little cup of juice.
Where you did all your magic.
I did do some magic probably at fellowship. They're like this sinner, just like flipping cards out.
Oh God.
Remember Scottish communion? And like for some reason we celebrated the Scottish. And it's like bagpipes, and we're all sitting out there.
It was like an earlier service too. You had to get there at like I feel like 8 or something.
8 or 9 a.m. Yeah.
At a park.
And then they had the little games.
Around the park.
Doing them little games, little sack run and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, did that even happen, or did they just like program some bullshit movie in my head and I woke up at 20? That's what it seems like sometimes, Like it doesn't even feel real that we did some of that.
Yeah, there's a couple years that I lagged, like they must have been lagging if it was a program, because there's a couple years where I'm like, what did I do that whole year? I can't even think.
Well, like I think I remember a lot of stuff, and then I'm like, all right, think about a day when you're 12, and I'm like, I'm coming up short. I can't think of one whole day like that at all.
They say people, because I can remember a lot from my childhood too. Not so much like short-term stuff, but long-term stuff. I can remember like anything. People are like, you have a crazy good memory. So I had heard something or read something that that's a sign of like I don't know,
super intelligence,
like childhood trauma. If you can know, like childhood trauma, if you can remember things from your childhood.
You've blocked the most bad things from your mind. I'm like, I hope not. Jeez, like I think everything's good. It was like super bad.
Those are like crazy stories when you hear of people who like went to therapy for the first time in years and like they do some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of weird therapy, and then all of a sudden
they're
like
unlocking on the table.
They're like, oh, I forgot this happened to me, and like then they remember. Like, bro, just keep. I don't want to know if something like, you know what I mean. Like, if I blacked it out, that's for a reason. That's to protect me.
When they're like, it's good. It feels good to go talk to a therapist and let everything. I'm like, everything. I'm like, there's some of that I want to kind of toss the key, big dog.
I tried to do the BetterHelp. It's a big sponsor for everybody.
Oh yeah. Let's get it, BetterHelp. Hit us. We got a few.
Yeah, wow. So I did BetterHelp for a while, and I liked it at first, but then my therapist, she started getting my notes mixed up with someone else. She was like, "So who's Ronnie?" And I said, "I don't know. Who is Ronnie?" He's like, "I thought he was your stepdad." I'm like, "No." And then she just kept getting all my notes mixed up.
But really, that's what you think. What if she's like total schizophrenic? Talked about Ronnie on Thursday relentlessly.
I don't know. BetterHelp, you'll be like talking to them. No offense. If you want to sponsor BetterHelp.
Yeah, dude, we'll support it. We'll support it. BetterHelp. BetterHelp needs better notes.
They'll be like in a drive-through.
Yeah.
You can tell.
You got number 7. It's like they're doing text to speech to you. They're doing text to speech, like a response to you, like while they're ordering a fucking Baconator. You're like types in, I'll take the number 3 Baconator, medium, please, Dr. Pepper.
But it does help some people. It was cool for a minute, but then she started getting all my stuff mixed up and telling me stuff I didn't even know about myself. I'm like, did I say that? Or are you sure that was me? She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I must have my notes mixed up here. I'm like, this is like the 3rd week in a row you've had our notes mixed up. I think I'm gonna stop.
She like jotting it in her notes on her phone. She's like watching Netflix.
That probably
probably, right? Is it work remote therapist?
The first time I did it too, because you get the option to just talk on the phone or FaceTime, and the first time I did it, we FaceTimed, and I was like, I do not like this, because like I'm just like, and this lady's just like this close, because she was older too, so she doesn't know how far to hold her camera away from her face. She's like, and how does that make you feel?
That timed out good.
Who's Ronnie?
Who is Ronnie? And then you go into a little break. She doesn't even know you go. And you're like, Ronnie's been visiting me every night for the last 6 months. You just have no idea.
She was doing some kind of voodoo stuff on me. Something I blocked out.
She hypnotizes you and she's like, you're now in love with Ronnie. Forget about Cody. You love Ronnie now.
Ronnie's watching this right now. Like, oh, she knows who I am.
Some Indian guy on Instagram that's been watching you for a long time.
Probably. But yeah.
Probably. Sometimes I look at my followers, I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah, no, I feel that. The worst is when you go to look at someone who, like, a mutual from, like, school. And I learned this trick. If you go to, if you go on someone's page and you hit following, right? Like, who they follow.
Yeah.
If your name isn't the first one, then they don't follow you.
Yeah.
So one day I just went crazy with this. I started going through all these people, and there were some people that didn't follow me that I was following just out of like respect, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we know each other, we follow each other, I like their stuff, and I'm like, no offense, some of these people, I'm like, I think I'm a little cooler than them. I can't believe they unfollowed
Yeah,
me.
right. That's where it's really kind of hurtful. Like I had somebody, I won't drop names, where I saw their profile and I was like, oh shit. And it said follow back. And I was like, I should follow him back. Fuck, I didn't know I didn't follow him. So I hit follow. And then it said they accepted your follow request. And when I clicked on the notification, it pulled them up. And I clicked on their followers and they had unfollowed me. They like collected my follow. I was like, this bitch collecting my follow like that. Unfollow immediately. But I really kind of wanted to creep a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's just some people I'm like, where do you get off?
It was easier to creep 5 years ago on people. Like you could because people are much more literal. Now it's all like glossy stories. They all live the best life that you've ever seen. I don't post nearly as much as I used to on Instagram. And I feel like the one thing I'm going to tell you, one thing that fucking like hurts my soul is when I post on Instagram and it automatically shares it to Facebook. And I click on the Facebook and I'm like, oh no.
That's how you're reckoning the likes though, Facebook.
Facebook, I mean, yeah, but it's only like people you've worked with or know like occasionally. It's like nobody like is really obviously, you know, you have grandparents and that type of thing on there, but I just don't even know I have Facebook. I use it for like our businesses and like that makes sense because it's like got a really good interface for doing all that stuff because you can like post into groups and set up forms and there's all kinds of cool stuff. But like that's the only reason I have it. And you can't have just that. It's like attached to your profile. Yeah. It's just a portal to your hometown though. It's like I have nothing to do with my hometown at all. Like I haven't been I go there once every couple years and literally I just have this crystal ball that I look at 20 minutes a day that I just look into it and just see what everybody's doing.
I deleted Facebook off my phone just because I got on it too much. And I wasn't doing anything except creeping on people and reading comments. I didn't post anything. Yeah. So I deleted it off my phone. But sometimes I'll get on it on browser every couple weeks. And I'm like, dang, if you're not on Facebook, you don't know anything that's going on. People pass. You're like, dang, what the heck? This is sad. When did that happen?
I swear there's a guy I went to school with monthly, and they're like, rest in peace, dog. I'm like, how many, bro? Like, what are we cursed class? And I'm 27 now. I'm like, let's just hit 28. Let's just hit 28, please. I don't need some fucking pine cone.
Always very vague. Space. People are like,
oh, yeah, he passed away tragically today. And then it's 900 comments, and you're just searching, and they're like, prayers, 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 prayers. You're like, where's the fucking information? I need to know how he went. And then you look up the obituary. No info. And it's like, you're just waiting and waiting. I don't like that. That's anxiety monster. That shit
you see those people that are really nosy and they'll come and say, what happened? Like on someone who posted a status about it, like RIP, whatever. And someone will be like, OMG, what happened? And then they say, I private messaged you.
I like, PM you. PM me, bitch. I want to know.
I want to be one of those nosy people, but not really, because I feel like
and who says PM? When they say PM, I have a mini stroke. I'm like, just say DM, dude. Just message. I messaged you.
I hate when they say PM. I PM'd you.
Sent you a PM. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Some of those people I still don't know. I'm still just left wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, do you ever get like a friend request and you're like, I recognize this person, but like I don't, for some reason I can't remember where they're like placed in my past, but I know them, but I don't remember where I saw them or how.
Yeah,
that happens to me a lot now. Because I look at like, I think I have like 2,000 friends. I don't know. It's over 1,000 friends on Facebook.
I have a lot of friends. Too many.
I feel like it's 2,000. I'm gonna have to check. Let me check. I want to say the right number, but it's like. Literally, I do not have that many friends. That is for sure. 1,055 friends. I'm like, I think what it actually is it's just every single person you have any remote association with is all it is. So I wonder what my actual friend, like if my actual friends I could call on right now to come hang out with me would be fucking flat zero at the moment. But Like my next door neighbor, the guy lives downstairs. I could get him to hang out for a minute, maybe more than I could like a friend. But yeah, I mean it's a handful. Like when you think of like who your good friends are, it's a handful of people.
It's one of those things.
Not 1,000.
Yeah, I tried to clear out my Facebook friends one day. I was like, you know what? There's all these people in here, and I don't have any kids, but I'm like, you know what? When I have kids, like I don't want all these randoms like looking at pictures of my kids. Well, then I went through and I started clearing them out. I got to like, I was still in the A's, and it deleted so many people. Was not even halfway down the list. I was like, you know what? A lot of people with names.
No, you're an A. You're not even near halfway if you're only in the A's.
I'm like, you know what? Never mind. You know what? So there's a bunch of people. If your name's, Ashley or Abby, I'm sorry. I was trying to clear everybody out, but I got bored.
Yeah. My favorite's when you like pull
somebody
up on Facebook and like their last post from like 2012. And you're like, how do you still like they're literally 33 years old and the picture of them they're 17. Like what the fuck?
Oh, I know.
That shit.
Those are some of my best pictures though.
Yeah, this is me in a chili bowl haircut, hunchbacked out, sitting there. Senior picture time.
Yeah. Oh man, senior pictures. Yeah, there are a couple people that I went to school with, and I'm like, this is definitely a senior picture.
Do you remember? Well, I don't know if the girls did it, but when we got our senior pictures actually done, you have the tuxedo. They give you this like tuxedo top. It's a crop top. It just looks like a tuxedo. It fits over, and everyone's like model face, like the steel.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was a whole body. It
was often that like extra gym. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like we had.
What do they call auxiliary gym?
The auxiliary gym.
Can you not just call it extra gym, motherfucker? Like auxiliary? Is there music in there? I thought it was all Bluetooth now. It's auxiliary cord? Yeah, there was. It was like dodgeball. Coach was like, yeah, like we're getting nuts in this bitch. We're doing dodgeball. We're not supposed to anymore. We got to call it this. But guess what? We are rocking dodgeball on.
I can't even say anything. I was not athletic. I remember during the pacer test, I thought I was killing it. They had all these different groups of people doing the pacer test, and I looked, and I was actually winning, and I was in the group with like everyone that was like overweight. I was like, this doesn't even make sense. Why am I in this group?
No, I remember running. I was like, I got like third in like the mile run.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good.
3rd grade, yeah. I was still like, I hadn't smoked any vapes yet. Hadn't done it. I was pure boy, I hadn't even had a sip of alcohol yet. Just running pure.
I remember they were like, "We're running the mile today." I was like,
the amount of energy I had off of toaster strudels.
We're running the mile today. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Just fueled you.
And then whenever I was at the. Go ahead. Let's say no. I want to hear it.
Whenever I did the mile, I thought I was gonna be like, you know what? F the mile. I know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna get done way faster. I don't know why in my head I thought skipping the mile would make it go quicker. Like literally skipping.
I remember racing for friendship. I have two stories. There's one girl that I follow her and she follows me on Instagram. Like, she has to remember this story. She was in like 3rd grade. She was like, if you want to be my girlfriend, you got to beat me in a race. And I was like, I'm going to smoke this girl. There's no way she's going to beat me in a race. I race everybody. And I stepped on like a kickball mid pitch racing this girl. Remember when I scraped the whole side of my face off?
Oh, I know exactly what girl too, I think.
Yeah. But I remember I had a friend and he told me one time and he's like, we're going to race for our friendship. And I was like, okay. And we had a fucking race and I ran hard and we kept that friendship alive because I beat his ass. I'm like, and now I think about that and I'm like, what were we thinking? Like, what reality is that real? Like, did I really think like that? Like, you're kind of like, you kind of got issues when you're a kid. Like, you think that's important. It goes back to your trauma with the therapist, probably. They're mixing up my notes.
It's like the competitions when your kids make no sense. I don't know if you remember, but like at our elementary school, they had that like hanging bar. I don't know if you remember on the play set, and people would do hanging contests, which basically was where your arms were just fully extended, and then you would just hang and see who could hang the longest. And I was hanging next to a boy, and I remember that I had a crush on him when we're hanging, and I said like something like, you know, like I have a crush on you, and while we're hanging, and he literally just looked over at me, said, "You're ugly," and jumped down. He just forfeited the challenge. I won, but at what cost?
Yeah, you won, all right.
Kids are brutal.
Yeah, kids are brutal. Kids are brutal.
You remember that little girl? She would have been older than us, though. Maybe, I don't know, at the same playground, but someone jumped off the top of the playset and jumped on her and broke both of her legs. Do you remember that?
I feel like I remember that, but I can't recall correctly.
Both of her legs broken.
That's nuts. I think I remember that. I remember jumping off the swing and hyping up another kid who, I don't know if he remembers this, but he was like, hell yeah. And he went to do it. And when he jumped like late as the swing's coming down. And so he just like came down like with the swing, and like his teeth scooped into the dirt, and he had like mulch between his glasses, and they were all crooked on his head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, good times.
Crazy times.
Good times. Look at the lighting in here. I mean, I'm a full storage unit at this point. It's done. The sun's set. I was using some natural light.
Yeah,
thankfully I have some lighting.
Good. No, I think your light looks good.
You think it looks good? I think it's too dark in here now, but
no, it looks pretty bright from my point of view. My light is like yellow harsh light, which I'm actually glad right now because I'm so red. The nerves, the wine.
The nerves. Well, it's been fun.
Can you believe I was a theater major? You'd have no idea. Well, for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Then you couldn't pick up trash at the fair, and they kicked you out. No, that was
I'm talking college.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 minutes. And then I got the schedule, and it was like theater 4 days a week, all day. I was like, undecided, switching.
Yeah.
Dropping out, working at Kroger.
I'm going to just snip this in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've let a couple dreams go, that's for sure. Let a couple dreams go.
I think I read something about the moon lately. Something, your dreams are going to come true. Save this down on TikTok and you will have fortune.
Dude, I think that's why I haven't succeeded like to my full capacity yet, because I always skip those videos and they're probably real. It's probably like the Matrix telling you like, just share this fucking sound and you're going to get rich. Just do it.
Should I start
like this post if you love Jesus? Comment if you love Jesus. Ignore this post if you hate him. I'm like, oh, dude, don't do this to me.
Think about how you
scroll by and then I say in my head, I'm like, I do love you, Jesus. I just don't want to like that post.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I just don't want that on my wall.
Just don't want this on my wall, Jesus. That's all. I just don't.
Not that my wall's anything now except people tagging me and stuff anyway.
Exactly.
That's all I didn't think would get posted. And I keep deleting the tag and people keep reposting, re-tagging me. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I have a couple pictures that keep coming up and I'm like, come on, dude. Stop bringing this stupid ass picture up. I would get into it, but it's, I don't want to promote it. I don't like the post. Well, this has been fun, Megan. I think you're obviously the co-host from here on out, right? I think it's went well.
We'll see how this looks all.
I think it'll look good. Stick around after I stop recording because obviously our call won't end. But you want to shout out your handles, anything like that?
There are a lot of G's and a lot of H's. I'm not exactly 100% on the handles right now, but I will write those down and have those next time.
We'll put them in the show notes.
Look up Meghan. We'll find something. Yeah, show notes.
We'll find something. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to our big community of, loving supporters. And thanks for making this show possible. You guys have helped us in every single way with the $1.38 that has been collected on this podcast thus far.
Yep, we need to talk about that, 50-50.
Yeah, we'll split it. We'll split it. I think the fee, when I send it to you, there might be a fee. I might cut it down a little. But you can get a piece of bubble gum.
Little something. Well, thanks, guys. It's been real.
It's been real.
Soffera Effect.
Elvis is the greatest karate practitioner I've ever seen.
Please stop. Nobody wants to see your hot dog legs at the beach.
She told me, "You're not even funny."